Speaks back. Another morning, another video. In his favorite place, the temporary studio for now. Man, so we got a couple of games to talk about from last night, and then we got a couple of games that's happening today that we got to talk about. First, we're gonna deal with them damn Las Vegas Aces. Bro, listen. I've been saying all year that the Las Vegas Aces is my team that I was picking to go to the finals and to win it all again after they picked up Joe Lloyd. You know, I felt like it was a good move. I felt as if it was a pickup or a upgrade from Kelsey Plum. This is what I thought. You feel what I'm saying? I just looked at Joe Lloyd as the superior player at the time. They both similarly could score, but I felt like Joe Lloyd was the better defensive player. So when the Aces picked her up, I felt like, listen, this was an upgrade. Now, it was not the answer to all of the Aces' problems. The Aces had issues with depth, and the Aces also need a five. Now, they kind of got messed up with the five they picked up from, I think, Atlanta, the big girl who is pregnant. I think that was an issue. Maybe the Aces, it's looking like they should have grabbed another big. I don't know, maybe the Chinese girl that Dallas ended up with, Lee, or something. Really they need like an aggressive Izzy Megaboard type who's not having the best year this year, but I think somebody like that, a hustle type that's going to do that, whatever the case may be, right? Now we are 15 games in. 15 games in, and Las Vegas still ain't got their shit together, man. I don't know what to think about that, other than to be worried. Listen, Vegas still got the baddest woman on the planet. I still got her. Still got Agent Wilson. Agent came through 22 points last night, right? But there isn't like the last season. It seems like in a game similar to this, Agent would have got you about a 35 or something like that. It's just something not quite right with the team, man. And then they out there losing to teams they ain't got no business losing to. I don't give a damn about how the Mystics are looking. I don't give a damn about, these good-looking rookies they got, whether it's Kiki, whether it's Sonya, right? Aces ain't got no business going out there losing to no damn Mystics, man. You supposed to be showing them how it's done. That's a young team. I get it. They got Shakira Austin, who's balling her ass off. It's no doubt about that. She's been balling out real crazy last couple nights. They do got pretty good depth. You're talking about Aaliyah Edwards backing up Kiki Iriafen. Sykes, right? Sutton. But I don't. Did Sykes even freaking play? I'm looking at this here. Right, Sutton goes out there, gives him 17 points. Right, that don't make no damn sense. Jackie O. Listen, man, I put myself out there on the limb saying that Jackie O, after all of the bigs in the league, is the best player, the next big. Jackie O go out there and give you 13 points, making it look like Sonya Citron was a real problem for her. You can't have that. Couldn't have that right there. That's just crazy right there, man. Jackie O's supposed to be like showing Sonya Citron how it's done. Now Citron is tough. She's tough. I've seen her last year, with Notre Dame playing against Juju Watkins, and that's when she really got my attention. Juju had the hardest time scoring that I've ever seen against Sonya Citron, and I was just like, damn, okay, this is where she might have a chance to go to the league and do a little something. And you talk about Sonya goes out there, man, gives you 21 points. And the person going up against is Jackie O. Got to get that shit together, man. Joe Lloyd to get another 11 points. I mean, these are double-digit points. It ain't the worst shit ever, but like you're Joe Lloyd. You're the gold mamba. You supposed to be going out there giving them 15, giving them 20 sometimes. I don't know what's happening with the Aces, man. I always felt like, look, you give it time, and the Aces going to ace. They're going to get to the point where they just going to get rolling. Right now, I'm not so certain that's going to happen unless they get on some type of roll, man. Tiffany Mitchell only going out there giving up six minutes. I expected a lot more from her, when she came to this team. Aaliyah Nye pretty much taking her damn spot in her minutes. So you got Becky Hammond got way more faith in Aaliyah Nye over Tiffany Mitchell, and that shit is crazy. You know what I mean? What are you asking me? Am I still wearing that hat for, man? What the hell you know where I'm at, cuz? That's Philly right there. Philly right there, bruh. Wynwood over there across the street. Eagle territory, homie. I mean, am I still wearing that hat? What kind of question is you asking me, boy? Then you got some other boy asking me, how come I don't wear Chicago Sky hats? Come on, man. I support the Chicago Sky. I reside, as far as this blood right here, it's all Philly, man. Yeah, ask me, am I still wearing that hat? Come on, man. Ask me nothing like that, boy. So anyway, I'm starting to worry about the Aces, man. Like right now, they are in the territory. Let's look at the standings, man. I haven't taken a look at the WNBA standings in a minute, and this ain't making no damn sense. So you got the Aces right now, and they're damn AFC 7 and 8, bruh. That right there don't make no damn sense, guys. What is happening? Like, whoo. Aces, man. Listen, I'm still 10 toes down. I got the Aces, though. As a team, if they get to the playoffs, I still believe they the team that don't nobody really want to see. I still believe they got that up about them, but they got to move up from some damn AFC, man. They sitting right there with the damn Fever. How you going to have the same record as the damn Fever, the punk-ass Fever? The same record as, like, you right there with the Mystics and the Valkyries. That's embarrassing, man. In fact, the Valkyries got a better record than the Aces right now. That's embarrassing. That's crazy, man. You feel me? Man. So, that's what's happening with that. I don't even know what to say more about them, man. But now what we're going to do, we're going to go to this punk-ass Fever. So we had the other game last night with the Indiana Fever in a game that I watched closely because I want to see how they look. Indiana Fever go out there and they allow a Kelsey Plum-led Los Angeles Sparks team that only won 4 games all year. A Los Angeles Sparks team that can't beat the Chicago Sky. Go out there and cook their ass to the end. And I don't want to hear nothing about Caitlin Clark. I don't want to hear none of that. The Indiana Fever have more than enough to win this game. Matter of fact, the Fever had control of the game for the most part until the shit that really matters happens. And that's fourth quarter execution. And this is the problem with the Fever. This is why I believe if Caitlin Clark would have played, if the game was close like this, they still would have lost. Now, if Caitlin Clark out there bombs away and she has one of those magical nights where she's just making them stupid shots that she loves and they got a crazy lead, then they'll beat Las Vegas. But at the same time, I'm not so sure that in a game where Caitlin doing that Kelsey Plum not going to be like, what? And then she not going to respond. And then that it comes down to who going to lead their team, Kelsey or Caitlin. I'm not sure. I ain't got more faith in Kelsey Plum in that situation. Matter of fact, I know I got more faith in Kelsey Plum in that situation. So I don't even know if they win with Caitlin Clark. And besides that, the defense is gonna be worse for Caitlin Clark. Because the one thing about Erin McDonald and the other girl, getting the straight Colson. Colson shouldn't be starting over Erin McDonald. I don't know what the coach is doing with that, but their defense is a little better, right? So, let's look at the tail. Let's look at the tail of the tape here. Let's look at the tail of the tape. So this is a night where Aaliyah, listen, I had Aaliyah Boston in my MVP race. Not first place, that's for Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas right now should be the MVP of the league, in my opinion. I got Aaliyah Boston on top 5. I had her. I do still have her, but she was looking like the best 5 to me. With John Quill down, she was looking like the best 5. She's out there hustling and all that. Aaliyah Boston, though, gotta do it every night. Gotta be consistent. That's the whole key. That's what separates good from great. So if we look at Aaliyah Boston yesterday, right? She 10 rebounds is good, 12 points. It's not the worst. But look, 30% from the field. 30% from the field. You know, y'all talk all this shit about Angel Reese when she have a night like that. Well, Aaliyah Boston got to get that smoke. 30% from the field. To be one of those greats, it requires consistency. Aaliyah got to do it every single night if you're going to be considered consistent. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put you in timeout, Juiced, Claire, whatever the hell you are for asking a dumbass question. All right? So it's going to be the first time is a minute. Come back, ask another dumb question. 5 minutes, come back again with another dumb question. Your ass up out of here. Because I'm thinking you probably just a spammer. You know what I mean? I don't really have time for that. All right, so that's what Aaliyah Boston got to do. Got to do it every single night. Got to do it every single night. $2,000 in there. Time's ticking. Tick-tock. All right. So what we got now? So Aaliyah Boston, now who was balling out in this game, without a doubt, is Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell was the only one keeping them afloat. And you had some decent numbers from Ari McDonald, who I think should be earning that starting spot at the point guard. I think what's happening is Stephanie White, like many of the coaches in the WNBA, they like to go and what they like to do is they like to go with veterans. They like to go with vets and stuff like that. So it's hurting the team, obviously. But when you look at it, McDonald ended up with more minutes than Colson. So, I mean, I guess you kind of righted it. McDonald goes out there, plays some tough defense, gets you a tough 14 points. I really like the way she plays. But, you know what I mean, it wasn't enough. When push came to shove, the tale of the game was real simple, man. Fever had a good control of the game for the most part. The damn Sparks really are trash. The way they were turning that ball over and over and over and over again was like, it was some of the most ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life. But you know what? The thing about it is, and this is what I say about the Fever just don't have clutch performers except for Kelsey Mitchell. And Kelsey Plum, Plum Jackson, and them stepped up, and they didn't. And that's just pretty much what happened. You know, in that situation. They didn't step up. And Sophie Cunningham finally breaks double digits. You know, the Sophie Cunningham that they so hype about finally gets you 10 points. Lexi Hole had a decent night. All around. Only 6 points. But she's not like a high volume scorer, so it's no big deal. But she got you 9 rebounds, 3 assists. What Lexi does is provides hustle. But whatever the case, it wasn't enough. I can't even say they got their ass walked down. What happened was, when it mattered, Fever couldn't come through. So now the Fever are 7-8. All right, let's go to with some of y'all. I gotta see some of y'all here, man. Let me deal with some of y'all. What some of y'all got to say, man. All right, so what we got? Who in the house, man? What we got in the house? Dream Todd said the Aces couldn't keep up. Yeah, I guess not, right? Man, y'all spamming y'all asses off. Y'all really ain't got no life, huh? Cornballs, man. Really cornballs. So what do y'all be like on somebody's channel? He tell y'all they go find channels and they tell y'all to go spam. Y'all really need to get a life. For real. Like, unless you're getting some money out of that. So a highest house say Broom to the Sixers, steal of the draft. You think so? Yeah, I don't know. I gotta look him up. I noticed he averaged about 18, but I don't know. We'll see. But the Sixers did need like a nice little backup for Embiid. So I don't know. I gotta look more into Bull. You say Eagles fan, I love the Eagles. Thank you. Yeah, bruh. Best team in the league. Yeah, Aces going through too many droughts. No doubt about that. Courtside Junkie says, that's because Caitlyn been playing hurt. Well, she been playing the whole season hurt. That's why she missing shots. Oh, that's a shame. Hopefully she gets well. A lot of clowns out here. Shit, take the head off, it's burning your eyes. Good. I want your eyes to burn, Joker. This is weird, man. Bunch of weird spammers. Weirdos. Courtside Junkie says, Boston need Caitlyn. I told you she make players better. Boston doesn't need Caitlyn. Boston was an all-star before Caitlin Clark ever came there. But, I mean, if you mean it just has a point guard got to get the ball to certain players, and do they have a certain chemistry as a result of playing a number of games together? Sure. But Boston don't need Caitlin Clark. Boston's had strong games when Caitlin Clark was hurt. Why would you say that? She needs Caitlin. You make it sound like she's just not good. Period. Lance Poindexter says, that whole game was a mess. Fever needed a legit scoring wing. Just like us, Sky, we need a wing. Shoot, you got Kelsey Mitchell. But I guess you saying Bonner would have helped. Bonner would have helped. But yeah, you talking about like what a wing that gets their own shot? Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. Howard's been a scorer her whole career though, even last year. Hockey's the only sport worth watching. Yeah. Wonder why you came here. No, I ain't talking about no damn hockey. Kenneth Payne says McDonald is a better point guard than CC. It's ironic how they signed McDonald and suddenly CC is suddenly injured. Make it make sense. Yeah, they're not going to start McDonald over Caitlyn though. Jonathan Gonzalez, you think Caitlin will play today against the Wings? Nope. Because if she does, it'll make her look suspect. Right? Well, put it this way. If they would have called last night load managing, then I would think she's playing. It says they want to say it's a groin. You know what I mean? I don't think she wants to go out there and try to play against Enrique and Paige Beckers with a groin. I wouldn't recommend it. Now, if she's just not hurt at all, then I don't know what to say. You know, her whole career is a joke. That's the case. Go Cowboys. Yeah! Y'all gonna get smoked that first game. Clark hurt again. Yep, looks like it. Culture Nuggets. Why take the time to spam when you could be cleaning your house or making money? Exactly. Courtside Junkie says, I got the proof. Gonna do a video in a second. What, that Caitlin's hurt? Okay. I mean, she might be. I don't doubt it, you know. I was just asking a question yesterday, you know what I mean? Clarky's come out ready to whoop my ass just because I asked a question. It's crazy. I just asked, you know what I mean? You know, is she hurt? Whatever. When did it happen? You know, y'all saying it happened, what, the end of the last game? Caitlin Clark later on the end, that's too much from LT. I agree. Boop, boop, boop. There's so many people I gotta keep putting in timeout and all this. This is crazy. Stuff is crazy, bro. Courtside Junkie says, no, Boston a baller, but she got easy points with Caitlin because attention was on her. Yeah. Yeah, but the point is, you need to win games. Caitlin ain't there. You got to win games. So to win games, part of what you need to be doing is getting the ball to Aaliyah Boston. But as far as helping, they help each other, right? Caitlin, most of her assists are from Boston, so that helps Caitlin. And right, Caitlin can get her the ball in some of her favorite spots due to their chemistry. So Caitlin helps Boston. But the way you put it is, she needs Caitlin. It's just wild to me. Rico Rogers says, the Fever sure could have used some rebounds at the end, but the Colts said rebounds don't matter. Exactly. All right, so the next few of y'all that I put on timeout, I'm doing nothing but 24-hour timeouts. Just letting you know. Any stupid questions, dumb stuff, all these joints is 24-hour timeouts. All right, so Jonathan Gonzalez said, Felicia Day says, heck no, they saving her for the Commissioner's Cup, resting her up. See, that's what I'm wondering too. Is the game tonight a Commissioner's Cup game? Jonathan Gonzalez says, I mean, she missed the game against the Sparks to fully heal her groin, right? Well, we'll see. If she play, then that's what it. But I think the groin groin might take a minute though. I think groin take a couple weeks, don't it? But it might depend on the severity. I don't know. Yep. Felicia Davis says she fell, but it's not proof she's hurt. So how CC was moving around last night, but Plum told her to sit down. That's the only thing, man, that making CC look suspect. She be over there, they say she got a quiet injury, but she jumping up every few minutes, doing all this whole extra stuff. She just, I don't know, she don't be looking that hurt to people. But I don't know. It'd be hard to believe she into that. You know. Saturn T Tree, what's up? Says rebounds killed the fever. Yep. They couldn't grab the rebounds at the end. That's true. So y'all spammers keep coming. I'm giving you all 24-hour. I don't get it. That's all you want is a 20. What do you get paid if I bounce you? Because I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not gonna let you sit here and spam. Juice, I'm about to bounce you for a whole day because the question is stupid. Why do you keep asking me? Am I talking about girl basketball and all of that? You know what I'm talking about. I don't have time for dummies and people asking dumbass questions. That's why I've been ignoring you. All right. Michael says CC is the best in the WNBA at the moment. Reese is straight trash. How you miss easy layups? Laugh out loud. Only rebounding all her misses. Laugh out loud. All right, growing takes a while. It's painful. Yeah, exactly. Juice Claire, dude, I'm from Holland. I don't know those names. Put me in 24-hour timeout. I'm just ignoring you. Like, I'm starting to think you're just slow. It's obvious what we're talking about. Why do you keep asking the same question? Valerie Brunson, good morning, all. I hope everyone's day is blessed. Yeah, good morning, Valerie. July 1st, Commissioner's Cup. Okay. What will it take for the Aces to turn their season around? I don't know what's wrong with the Aces. I don't know what's wrong with the Aces. People say it's Jewel Lloyd. Um, I don't even get that. All right, so we're talking the fit thing. Okay, so you got Chelsea Gray who needs the ball. Obviously, she's the point guard. Okay, you got Jackie Hill who does what she does. She's kind of like the playmaker as well, point guard, and get her own shot. Yeah, Agent Wilson doing Agent. I think when people say the fit problem comes in with Jewel Lloyd being similar to Jackie Young, but I don't know if that's true. Jewel Lloyd, to me, is a classic two guard who's actually able to stand and shoot. She can run through and behind screens and shoot. She can get to the rack. She could be a slasher, catch and shooter, whatever, right? I don't know that they have all of their plays together. Um, Spacing problems. You can help fix some of that with Nye or even with Jackie if they're making their shots. Like, they aren't bad shooters. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's just not enough players. I know Kia Stokes is a problem. She's just not good enough. The least she needs to be is a hustle player. Need to be better rim protector. Needs to rebound. That's what I think they're missing. Just a hustling big. So Agent Wilson ends up having to do too much of that stuff while having to be the primary scorer. I think those are some of the problems. Now, what can they do to change it? I just think the players need to play better. I don't know. I just think they need to play better. Like, we could talk about adding depth. Okay, yeah, Tiffany mentioned you got Nye, you had Tasha from Power, who split Chicago. You got, bro, I don't know, man. I look at the roster and I think it's just a matter of these guys getting chemistry. These girls getting chemistry. What's your favorite Eagles player? Favorite Eagles player? Devontae Smith. Valerie Brett says, I love the trolls. All right, Juice McGee, what you want? You obviously want to be put in timeout, so much obliged. Kenneth Page says, how does any adult choose to worship Caitlin Clark and comfortable with being labeled a Clarkie? It is meant to be insulting, but they like her that much, so it don't matter. So what I drinking right now is iced coffee with espresso, cream, no sugar. Felicia Daniels says, the fact that his dumb butt thinks Angel is the only player missing layups is crazy. They all miss. The difference is before Angel came into the league, they didn't care about getting their own. They do now. See, my issue with the missed layups thing is they pretend as if, they speak as if the layups are not defended, right? They're defended layups. Now, if you out there just missing and you're just by yourself, then that's a different story. Do you think that are the pieces on the Aces bench that would be implemented into the starting lineup? I guess you could try put in Nye for Lloyd. I guess you could try that. But good luck trying to get Jewel Lloyd to come on the bench, and not throw a hissy fit. Players who were like kind of seen as stars don't tend to, take well to those types of things. So good luck with that. Other than that, man, I don't know. I just think Kia Stokes needs to be replaced, period. Any more of a hustle player. But I don't know. I really don't know. The Aces are just, whew. It's like we at, week 15 now? Week 15. That's crazy. All right, so moving on to the next thing, man. We got a couple games tonight. Games that we all care about. And the first is the Chicago Sky versus the expansion Golden State Valkyries. I'm letting y'all know as y'all come in, I'm only giving out 24-hour timeouts. I'm not doing no small timeouts, no warnings, nothing. Everything is 24 hours. That means your ass is gone. You got to go to another, channel of yours to come here. Another account. You got to do all that. Valerie Brunson says, I have missed the easiest shots, turned around and made the hardest shot. It happens. Why? Probably nerves. See, I'm scared for my Sky. Yeah. I'm scared for the Sky pretty much every game, no matter who they play. But I'm telling you, the Valkyrie can get got. They're not a team that, that now there's a couple of things about the way they play. They play very fast. They play very loose. It's almost like it's house money every night. Kayla Thornton is doing her thing. Let's take a look at this guy here. The Valkyrie. First off, we got this is the first game without Camila Cardoso. So that's gonna be wild. And then we got We got Kayla Thornton who's balling, Tiffany Hayes who's balling, Janelle Saloon balling. Burton is balling, and in fact Benlay, who we know from the former Fever. They got 6 players that average double figures. Man, they playing some damn good ball, man. That's some damn good ball. Wow. Averaging 18 assists a night. That could be better. Averaging 8 steals a night. 26 rebounds. They're not a great shooting team, which is surprising, all total. Well, they have some shooters. The main shooters you got to worry about, though, is the Janelle Saloon, Hayes, who can get you. Then they got the Xander Lassini, who doesn't really get a lot of minutes, but she can shoot. Bibby can shoot. Kate Money Martin, you know, you got to stick money. Money can get you if you ain't paying attention. Well, it's going to be interesting, man. They like to play fast. Chicago doesn't like to play fast. They like to shoot the ball. Chicago's not good against players that shoot. My main concern, like I said, is I guess we're going to go with E-Will at the center spot and Angel. So I don't know. E-Will just isn't 6'7" like Camilla. Like, it would be very simple. If Camilla Cardoso was playing, feed Camilla the ball in the post, feed Camilla the ball on those pick and rolls, get it to her in her spots. And I really didn't see a situation where the Valkyrie could stop her. I don't know. Angel Reese is really going to have to have a good game to beat this team. They're I guess Tiffany Hayes will be the primary person Ariel Atkins will have to deal with. I don't know. I kind of like that matchup. Hayes very athletic, very crafty, old head, a veteran. Saloon, you gotta stick her. You gotta close out on her. Her versus I guess Kid Nurse, I think is going to be a problem. I'm very much concerned about that player. They have Monique Billings, right? Yeah. So Kayla, the main matchup tonight, I guess, will be Kayla Thornton against Angel. That's going to be the main marquee matchup. And then sometimes Monique Billings will be in there too. Those will be probably the key matchup there. If you can keep Kayla, well, she averages 15. So even if she scores that won't kill you. So you really got to keep Hayes from going off. And you got to keep those those guards and shooters from going off. Can't let them have that type of night. Said KP stays cooking the fever. Yes, you do. Yep. What was crazy about that game was Plum was quiet all game. She was just chilling. And then when it was winning time, she came through. That's what happened. Started hitting threes, started finding her cutters and all that. It was probably the best job of point guard play that I've seen Kelsey Plum do. She's had really good, brilliant night scoring this year, but this is probably the best point guarding that I've seen Kelsey Plum do, probably ever. Because it's not her natural position, really. But when they needed her, yeah, she stepped up. Rakia Jackson had a good fourth quarter as well. So it was kind of like them two. The only thing about the Sparks, I think they need to find a bigger role for Rakia Jackson, man. They do. The only time they seem to go to her is when it's time to cook the aces. Other than that, it's like Rakia Jackson's almost be freezed out. They have her in the corner and don't really use her. And she's one of them players, man. I'm telling you, she can get her own shot pretty much, anytime. And I don't understand the way they use her. Say Clark didn't want that smoke. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. They saying she's. Uh, let me look up the Caitlin Clark situation. So they said, all right, the article I'm looking at here on Hawk Central says Caitlin Clark and her Indiana Fever are set to play the Dallas Wings on Friday, June 27th. Clark is dealing with a groin injury, and her status for the game was uncertain as of Friday morning. Clark missed Thursday night's loss versus Los Angeles due to the injury. Fever coach Stephanie White said Thursday afternoon that Clark was considered day to day. See, that's the only thing I'm not understanding. If you got a groin injury, how are you day to day? That I don't understand. See, that those are the things that makes you ask these questions like, um, is it a bunch of cap? Because if it's a groin, you should just be out for just, all right, we're announcing Caitlin Clark's out a week, 2 weeks, whatever. Like, why would you mess around with a groin? You got a day-to-day groin injury. Is that normal? Like, I remember times when LeBron had a groin, he was out for a minute. You know, a day-to-day groin. But sometimes, too, though, in leagues like this, in marquee matchups, sometimes it might not even be the player. It could be the league wants the matchup with with Caitlin and Paige. So it's like they might push for a rest to make sure you make that game. Especially if it's like a national thing or something like that, which looks like it's on League Pass. So maybe it isn't a national game. I don't know, but it could be National League Pass too. I know. Tulip says I was watching 10 Angel Haters versus one. Oh, yeah, I saw that too on House of Highlights channel. You should give it a watch. Yeah, I watched part of it. I watched maybe the first or two of the haters who got up there. It was so stupid. Yeah, day to day growing. I ain't heard of it either. Max Don just says maybe it's trending towards her coming back, but yeah, that's weird. Feels like an MB type of injury. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. WNBA played less games. So I'm thinking it's a groin. Maybe the groin is like bothered, but it can't be like it's definitely not a tear or pure full pull or anything. Clearly, it might just be some discomfort. I'm thinking because if you really pull the groin, your ass ain't playing. I'm sorry. Yeah, you ain't playing. Um, yeah, the left quad strain costs five games. Wow, this is an interesting year. You're missing a lot of games, man, for a player that like never missed games before. It's a lot of stuff piling up this season. It's crazy. That's crazy. But what do I got happening, man? First of all, the Sky game was at home or away? Damn, that's away. Ah, man. Listen, I'm riding with the Sky, but I don't know how we win that joint away. I don't know. I don't know. You gotta have one of them games where Ariel Atkins, I think it was absolutely crazy. Angel Reese has a crazy double double. One of them 20 rebounds, 18-point type of games. Um, I just don't know who takes up for Camilla. One of them ladies got to have a hot shooting night. It got to be either Nurse or Allen. One of them got to have a hot shooting night. Or Van Lift has to somehow get her head out her ass and really have a good night. Like Haley, I don't know, man. Haley is like, Haley is just growing, and it's just, when is she going to grow? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But you got to have, I think this one of the nights you're going to have like just some extra player who doesn't normally play that well, play above their head to win. Other than that, it's going to be tough for Chicago. Tulip says, oh boy, here we go back to this fee shit. So I'm telling you, I love Age of Afia has been better the last 12 months. Let's keep it a buck. Okay. All right, but it's fee better. I really don't want to get into that, but it's true. The whole situation, everything has been better, yeah. To the play says Aces gave up KP and the first to Seattle for Jewel. Diabolical trade because Jewel's Supermax meant they couldn't afford to keep Hayes. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking like that was a mistake. That was definitely looking like a mistake. Mm-hmm. Tommy Mayweather, I'm interested to see how Reese plays without Camilla. I'm interested to see how the team looks without Camilla. I'm sure Angel will be fine. It's the team. Protect the youth. There's nothing wrong with CC. You don't make the moves or shoot the ball like she did if you're hurt. WNBA guards tend to take a period to adjust. From what I've seen, HBO will turn out well down the line for y'all. Hope so. 25 and 15 for Reese. Hope so. Angelo Ball. That quad injury was fake because my 9-year-old son just hurt his quad in 7-on-7 football, and the doctor just shut him down for 2 weeks. He can barely walk. Do you think the quad injury was fake? But I think she was down for a while with the quad, right? Antoine Baker going at it with Tulip about the Asia fee thing. Leo Verza says, thankfully, it's only 2-3 games without Camilla. That's all it'll be. That's good. I have no idea who these spammers are, but I'm giving them all 24-hour timeouts. They just gone. Got no time for it. And all that dumb stuff. Yeah, like real Wags, he can get it 24 hours. Appreciate it. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be tough for Chicago. And then the Fever in Dallas is interesting too. Dallas has been playing better. They still lost a game that they should not have lost to the Mystics. I think it was. To the Mystics, yeah. They should have won that game. It was the overtime game. But ever since they got the center from LA, Lee, they've been playing better. So it's going to be interesting to see against the Fever. The Fever, though, going to come in hungry after this loss. So I expect them to play a little bit better than they did yesterday, I guess. But Dallas at the same time, just hungry in general because what they got. But they got 4 wins, 4-12. Oof, 4-12. Lord have mercy. But then there's the question: is Caitlin Clark going to play? That's the question with Dallas, with the Indiana Fever versus Dallas. And I don't know if they're doing that to throw teams off too. So I don't know. CJ asks, am I from Chicago? No, Philadelphia, sir. Philadelphia. Without a doubt. Protecting You says they should have had Showtime on that 1 verse 20 angle heater and let him cook. He say Showtime so he can start. So Showtime can tell somebody he gonna smack the shit out of him. That would be funny. Said Lee was from Seattle. She was in LA last year. Right. Protecting You. Nah, show would literally slap that Drake Josh guy. See, I sub Philly. Appreciate the sub. Football 28. We're going to have a lot of football coming up. Football season, we going hard. I mean, football season, I'll be up in the studio. We're going to go live from the studio. You know what I mean? Had a whole studio set up. We're going to let people come on. You can come on, say how you feel, all that. Have live debates. Got a whole football thing planned out. Football is like really what we do around here, for real, for real. You know what I mean? But this, I just recently started getting into the women's basketball, and I like it after giving it a shot, giving it a chance. It's a good product. So I came to understand. Even without dunking, without slam dunking, it's a good product. And we get Cowboys the first night, Thursday. Yeah, I might have to go live for that joint right there. What we got? But personally, I hope Caitlin Clark plays. I want to see Paige and Caitlin because I need Fever fans to understand what I'm saying when I tell y'all that Paige Beckers is the better basketball player. I need y'all to see it firsthand so you can understand. I think y'all know it, but y'all just being in denial about it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. With JJ being injured for New York and Fee with Minnesota, I got Phoenix as the favorite. Yeah, I like Phoenix too. I don't know if they're gonna take it all, but I got them getting past Minnesota, depending on how the seeding works and all that. If Ray, Rakia, Cam, Sims, etc. were healthy all season, do you think Sparks would have made the playoffs? I think they got the talent to make the playoffs. It's just chemistry. It's just continuity matters. And I think that's all that's happening now. They have enough talent right now to win more than what they won. They got enough right now without Cam, but they don't play well enough defense consistently is one problem. And then the chemistry and all, I don't get what they're trying to do, play to play. I just don't get it. I think Rakia Jackson's underutilized. Sarah Ashley Barker, the way they're using her right now, I don't know. They're not using her as a proper floor spacer. And then she's not consistent enough with the shot from what I've seen all the time. Kelsey Plum sometimes is a gunner, but I don't think Kelsey wants to be a gunner all the time. I just think she ends up doing it because nobody else is doing their job well enough consistently. But I don't know. Say Phoenix got a Philly girl Copper on the roster. Yeah, I know. Copper from my neighborhood. Yeah, Copper from my neighborhood. CJ, my father, he was a real player back in the days. He wasn't big on music as me, but He was big on yo mama. Okay, he's a bitch ass nigga. So what we do with bitch ass niggas is we get him out our face. Angela Ball says Paige Becker's game is like that. Smooth 3-level scorer and she will play defense. Exactly. Yeah, Paige Becker's got almost a flawless game. Almost. The Sparks have great talent, but Plum ain't a real point guard. That's what they're missing. I think she played a good point guard last night, though. She's learning it. But I think for Plum's career to be extended, she has to learn the point guard position, right? Because right now, she's been getting over on her good athleticism. First of all, Plum is probably one of the most, I would say, in-shape athletes in the whole W. Her conditioning is crazy. She's probably one of the most hardest workers in the gym. She's very crazy conditioned, strong, all of those things. But eventually, you'll start losing some of that as you get older. For her career, if she gets, high in the 30s, if she's gonna play that long, I think she got to get the point guard position down. But that's just me. And she's kind of learning it. Say the starters gas out because there's no bench due to all the injuries. Yeah, that's a problem too. Yep. Yeah, they almost always have the lead at the half and then blow it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yes, I do follow college. Yep. I ain't really covered college. The only college I've kind of covered here is Penn State. Football. I used to cover Big Five basketball. Big Five is the local Philly teams. Villanova, Drexel, Temple, Penn, and St. Jude's. But lately, Big Five basketball been trash around here, so I haven't really been covering that much lately. Where are you from, DVD? I hear you. It seems like she had the better player, and UConn had the better team. They would have beat Iowa when they played. They had Paige and Aaliyah Edwards. See, you know why I don't really go with that stuff? Because, right, Caitlin Clark fans will do this, right? Oh, they beat Paige, right? They say they beat UConn. They beat South Carolina. They beat LSU, right? But then when Iowa and Caitlin Clark losing the finals, they be like, she had to play against a powerhouse team. But you just told me they just beat UConn, though. So is UConn a powerhouse team with all this talent and Iowa not? Right? But they showed you Iowa at times beat those teams, right? So that's no excuse for not winning the championship. That'd be my only thing. Right? They beat South Carolina that one year. Right? And it's in the Final Four. So why couldn't you beat LSU in the finals? Then the next year, you beat LSU in the Final Four. But why couldn't you beat South Carolina in the finals then? That's what I don't get. So if the team was good enough to do that, the point is, if the team was good enough to do that, what happens in the finals? That'd be my only thing. ST13 says, I just joined the live, but to be honest, I think the problem is the rotations. Becky is doing Tyler Marsh rotations, put the whole bench in at the same time in the third quarter. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, the rotations do be crazy. Yeah. Rotations be crazy in the mud. Said Plum is super conditioned. Most minutes in the league so far. LA play positionless, so no true point guard. Issue with Sims. Olimanda and Ray are out, so Plum has to touch. Yeah. Sports head BK LaSalle and them. Yeah. Yep, LaSalle. Yeah, I go way back with LaSalle, man. Back in the A-Train days and Bo Kimball and all of them. Do you watch the Big Three? I used to. I haven't really watched it lately. So they cheated the shit out of UConn that year. Yep. All right, so that's pretty much, man, what it is. I gotta go. Microwave, man. I would. You lucky I'm closing out because I would hide you. Okay, Tulip got you. Ah, yeah, but yeah, I'm about to roll out. We got work to do. So, but just look forward tonight, man. Got Chicago Sky versus the Valkyries. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be tough for Chicago to win that. Okay, Tulip. And got Indiana Fever versus Wings. Hopefully Caitlin Clark plays. So that way everybody get their money's worth. This is the matchup everybody been waiting for. Paige Brackets Caitlin. And I'm gonna definitely have said the Mortal Kombat finish him. So I'm gonna definitely do the game breakdowns afterwards. All right. So thanks for coming through again. Peace out.